Okay, what's up everyone on YouTube? First of all, apologize for the mess. I am very lazy to clean it up because I have a lot more to do. Anyway, this is just an update for the project bike that I have here. I'll take you through the things that I've done so far, because I did not have a GoPro before this. So let's just go on. So as I speak, there will be pictures up somewhere in the corner here, because I did take pictures throughout the whole process of making this. So this is what it is halfway through the project. So what happened is, before this happened, I wanted to make it a little bit different. This is a small capacity bike. It's about 150 cc's. So the tail section there is actually pretty weird, and I wanted to make it a fenderless, like a fenderless kit. So at first I took that part out, so you can see pictures of it here, and I stuck on LEDs, something like these ones right over here, and I stuck it down here as turn signals, which is pretty cool. It worked out pretty well, and I had everything fixed up and it was running perfectly. And then I had an accident. Not really me, but I parked my bike somewhere around the corner of a building where I work, and then this lady from downstairs ran up to where I work, and she was asking, "Hey, do you know whose bike is it downstairs? I think it's been hit by some car." And then I'm like, "Is it mine? Shit." So I ran down and I see my bike laying on the floor, which no motorcyclist, no rider would want to ever see it like that. You know, if I rode the bike and I got into an accident, which isn't my fault, then it's all right. But if I rode my own bike and I had an accident that is my own fault, it's not too much of a fuss, because we all make mistakes and we learn from it. But this is like, if you can see a picture right here, as we scroll through the pictures, I took a dozen of them. It's heartbreaking. I don't know what other words I can use to describe. My heart fell when I saw my bike laying on the ground. And as you can see from the pictures, the front end is pretty mashed up. The instrument cluster here is all wonky and stuff. So I decided to order some parts from the local dealer here, and it's really expensive. So I did have insurance too, but I thought, I want to do something on my own, and I don't want to let other people do my bike, because I did some changes to my bike, so you might not be able to claim some stuff. So anyway, I did buy my own stuff. I have a Brembo brake. I will give you the link. I haven't tried it out yet, but we'll see how it goes. It's a third-party Brembo brake, Brembo levers, clutch and blah blah blah, brake lever and clutch lever, and they are supposed to be replicas of the RCS 19 or 18, and they feel solid. I have tested it out. I've held it in my hands and moved the levers a bit, and it's pretty solid. So I'm excited to test this out. Got these for handlebars. This is a naked bike, so there were bars here before, so I took it out I used to lower this an inch to get this clamped here, but then I thought it's not really low enough to be really engaging, so I took the triple tree off and slide this in. We'll see how it goes, how it looks like. So far it looks really good. Alright, let's take you through the process. So I took the tank off. I changed these so it's a bit higher, because the original foot pegs, they sort of don't allow your knees to fold in really well, so you can't really grip the tank, and the tank is actually pretty small and narrow as well, so that's why I'm doing this project, to actually make it more comfortable for me for riding, you know. Took the undertail off, undertail, and these are all the electronics. So I'm thinking, I was thinking to put some of these bars, alright, just stainless steel bars, and try to weld it across, so they have holes, so I can just mount all this flat following this line, so it looks really tidy and nice. Besides that, I shortened this. I may shorten this even more, if you can see here. This was before it. It's like this, so I have a picture of the tail section that I've done halfway, so it sticks out a bit, so it sticks out a little bit, so maybe I'm gonna cut it even more and weld on some more brackets that are higher up, so I can fit the tail section. So anyway, let me just take you through how it's supposed to look like. This is the tank so far I have done, and it sits right here. I'm modeling after the R6, by the way, 2009, something like that, the newer R6, but not the newest one. So that's the tank. So it's considerably larger than the frame actually does. So I'm still in the process of making the fairing, so the fairing will actually sit kind of like right against the tank, so it masks the frame structure, so it doesn't look like there's a oversized tank over there. This is the seat. Let me just get this away. Right, this seat actually goes like this. See if I can get it in. Alright. And there's the foam section. It goes on like this. And the tail section. Don't mind the mess. So that looks a little bit like this, but I gotta do something about this. So this one goes flush. So I'm trying to do a... Here, let me give you a better look. Right, so this is how it will look like. Hopefully, once I get it all done with epoxy and fiberglass, right, and as well as the front end, everything is gonna be custom. So that's why it's my project bike. So this is this video is basically an update on what I have done so far with the bike. It's been sitting here for a month and a half now, not moving, so I'm pretty anxious about it being started the first time. I have my tools here, more electronics, more tools over there, more trash, my welder. I got this welder from a friend who is also excited to see what I can do with the bike, so he did loan me this or borrow me this, which I'm excited too. So again, small bike, if you can see, just give you a couple of angles. Okay, here you go. Looks pretty good from here. You just need the undertail. So this is all done with foam. Let me just give you a sneak peek of how it actually looks when I'm riding on it. Okay. So it's comfortable like this because my legs are well against the tank and my stomach is actually on the tank. If you can see, yeah, you can see stomach is actually on the tank. So my body, my torso is actually supporting the weight, so I don't put weight on the hands, so it's easy to turn with my hands. It's easy to put steering input. So that position is actually really engaging. And that's about it. So stay tuned. This will be a episode based video. Okay, and I'll update as I go. The next thing that I need to do is weld on the brackets, and also I might be using this. This is the stock bracket that came with it, but I may not. So there's gonna be a new tropical Malaysia. Anyway, there's gonna be a new bracket that I'm gonna do, which will create a structure for the headlights and fairing, and also to make this a little bit bigger so the turning radius isn't that much that it hits the tank, because this will be uncomfortable. So if there's a little more gap here, it will be somewhere like this, ouch, somewhere like this, and it's a little bit more manageable. Sports bike doesn't have a good turning radius anyway. Rain is coming in. Anyway, this is part of the bracket. It goes on here, see, like this. So stay tuned. Look out for the next episode, where I'll give you some more updates on the process. There's gonna be a lot more stuff to do. The welding of the brackets to mount electronics, the welding of the front bracket, so I can start. Basically, that's the headlight. This is the headlamp. Also changed it to projector, which is used to be a 35 watt halogen, which is just really not as bright as the ones I have right now. The HIDs are just sweet. But I might think of changing it to LEDs. LEDs these days are just so good, so reliable, and it's less heat, so I can actually bump up the wattage. Anyway, continuing on the bracket, so that I can start making the fairing for the bike and the front end out of foam, so I get the general shape, and then I can start fiberglassing, especially the tank. I'm gonna use the same bottom and top of the tank. Probably just cut a square around the fuel cap and the fuel pump, so I could use it the same way like how it does on with factory fuel tanks. So I can use the same key, I can use the same pump, same size hose. This will be done in epoxy resin, because of the fuel content. I don't want it to deteriorate the polyester resin, because polyester resin kind of like breaks up in fuel. Epoxy resin is a little bit better, but these I could do these in polyester resin because it's a lot cheaper and fairing as well. So this is screws. So this is one sheet of fiberglass matte, chop strand mat, CSM they call it, and this is flexible but yet it's so hard. So I might do these in a couple layers, maybe 1 or 2, probably 2. So basically that's it. This used to be silver. Painted it black so it matches the color of the bike, the rest of the bike. This used to be silver as well. So far this is it. I gotta continue welding. And we'll see you next time on the next episode. So stay tuned. Can't use the mirrors. That's the first thing I did, and then I let it cool off, and then I start working on these brackets.